Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Should we talk about some stuff? We had to make our coffee this morning. It's a beautiful morning. I'm going to say morning 3 more times. Morning, morning, morning. And looks like it might rain. I know the title might be confusing, but there's a purpose to it. There's a method to my madness. I know, it's hard to believe. Steve does weird things, and there's a purpose to it. Right? Excuse me. All right. So, I'm here at my customer doing a 6 a.m. delivery. Got my coffee, right? Got my coffee. Got my skull. Skulls are cool. Now, what's the title mean, Steve? That's a weird title. The title. Why are we talking about Halloween, right? I've had this theory that the reason why freight rates and volume is so good right now is because these distribution centers don't want to be caught with their pants down like they were during COVID-1, right? So to prepare for COVID-2, we're going to ship as much as we can while we can before everything shuts down. The truck next to me, I just saw him backing up. He's got his doors open, you know, he's backing up. He's got Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces. I don't know why that's so hard to say. And it's all Halloween marked. It's July. We're halfway through July. That's how early they ship things, right? So I've talked about it in years past about how the Christmas rush happens in August, September. So I think that there's an overabundance of freight because we're preparing to make sure that nobody has to panic buy toilet paper and stuff like that, you know, in the future, in the bleak, uncertain future. Halloween just got canceled. All right, let's see. So we've got Don, what's up? The first one. Other trucker James Best, word up. Other trucker James Best, the troublemaker. Nittany Lion, Don, Pigtail, Marty, B, Craighead, Brian. Hope you're doing all right. Doing all right. Little Viking Coach, yo. Hill Rider TV, coffee time. Coffee. Man, I got some Dunkin' Donuts coffee yesterday, and it was absolute just trash. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Like maybe I got it while it was brewing or what, but it was really bad. Trucking and Brokering podcast. How's it going, Eric? Yes, you're a sweaty troublemaker. Halloween, best day for mass. Right. So I've already been seeing these Halloween stores pop up and now hiring. And I think Halloween gets earlier and earlier because people that think they're kind of gothy or want skulls and stuff like that, but need an excuse to buy that kind of stuff, they love Halloween because now you can buy all the cool looking stuff and call it, oh, I'm decoration buying, you know. And the other aspect is If you go to any Halloween store, it's all cheap Chinese. I bet you the profit margin on Halloween decorations and Halloween, well, anything Halloween is probably like fireworks, right? It's probably pennies on the dollar profit margin. You know, and I kind of wonder, maybe someone can answer this, but maybe if I owned a Halloween store, I can make my yearly money that I need in a 3-month span. September, October, well, I guess it depends. I don't know if some stores are opening in August, but you got September, October, definitely. Right? And then a little bit of November, like the latecomers, right? So, and then I think masks are going to be very popular. It'll be interesting to see how masks are this year. Like if they're going to come up with some stuff to make it safer or whatever. Mr. Chapstick, Snowler, how was your 4th? See any good fireworks shows? It was a good 4th. We got to shoot the new gun. We didn't do too much in the firework realm. There was no shows really going on. So we just kind of did our own thing with the family, and you know, we went out of town, of course, you know, but because you can't be shooting fireworks legally inside Springfield City limits, nor can you be shooting a gun. So, but it was a good 4th. It wasn't exhausting, you know. And a point that I made. One of the people that showed up at the family gathering hadn't seen me in like 2 years. And he was amazed at my transformation. And I was kind of telling him about how in years past, 4th of July was really hard on me because I was up on my feet, I was tired, I was cranky, and the last couple of years haven't been like that. So that's the beauty of the health transformation one goes through. What was the new gun? It was a Smith & Wesson SD9. And then I bought some new magazines for my Springfield, and then we had bought a Taurus TX22 for planking, and we brought that. We've only shot it for one session. We've only put like maybe, I don't know, 100 rounds through it. So we brought that with us, but I'd show it to you, but live YouTube doesn't like guns, so we're not going to do that. The new scary costume this year, no mask, right? Did you guys... Okay, so there's a channel. This female cop had to take out this guy that charged her with a knife, and what had happened was he either stabbed or threatened to stab somebody at a store for not wearing a mask, or maybe they were trying to make... It was over a mask, right? It was either make them wear it or don't make them wear it. One of the two, right? Or, you know, you're in trouble for not wearing it. And he had a little bit of a mental breakdown, and, well, I say a little bit. He had a mental breakdown, and he charged the cop with a knife, of course, over a mask. And that's the fragility. Is that a word? Fragility? Is that a real word? That's the fragileness. Is that... Man, I'm smart. And you know, I was talking to Eric earlier today about negative energy. There's a lot of negative energy right now, to the point that people are getting shot and stabbed over whether you're wearing a mask or not. How crazy is that? Oh boy, good morning from the north. Jesse Bennett, what's up? Jose, morning from Sarasota, Florida. It's all good, thanks. Good to hear you got to see family. It wasn't stressful. No, you know, June was actually a pretty good month for me as far as the trucking business goes. And we've got some good stuff planned at the end of the month, family-wise. So, no, all is well. I think that I think the key to survival business-wise is to keep moving. And I don't know if that's really a great idea. You got to have cash flow, and I think that it would drive me nuts to. I mean, it was. I stayed home for 2 weeks, and it drove me nuts. I couldn't do it. And there's a lot of people that are still parked. And I've had to try to convince a couple of people, like, look, the rates are really good. It's like almost 2018 levels at this point. And I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to be here. So it's like, I didn't want to make. See, here's the thing. I made the mistake of not running enough when rates were really good, and I've paid for it. I've paid for that. And so when I saw the rates and the volume doing what they're doing, it's like, man, I'm staying out as much as I can to capitalize on it as much as I possibly can. Pumpkin patch and Christmas tree lot. I want to do a shoot your own turkey lot for Thanksgiving. Actually, there are these farms that you're allowed to hunt. There was one that was like, you can hunt your own buffalo, right? And you're literally just shooting a buffalo in a cage, in a fenced area. It's not really hunting per se. You're just shooting an animal. So yeah, go for it there, little white coach. The media is trying to turn into something else as usual. Yeah, I mean, that's the state of the world that we live in today, you know. But this police activity, there was no narration. It was there was nothing. It was just a guy who lost his composure over a mask. And so why did he do that? Why did he lose his composure? Because media stressed him out. Whether he was for masks or against masks, that stress still affected him. And what's interesting is I saw a video that I think it was CNN. They were interviewing Dr. Fauci, and Dr. Fauci was like, no, masks don't help. Masks aren't a good idea. You don't need to be wearing it. What changed? You know what I mean? And so when you have, and that's not a conspiracy theory, that is a true, honest to God news interview with Dr. Fauci. And what changed? And do they explain those changes, right? That's why no one trusts the media anymore. Because you don't know what's true and what's not. That's why people don't trust the government. They don't know what's true. That you don't know what's going on. And so we're kind of left to our own devices. So if you dwell on the negative energy, that's what's going to happen. And that was why I couldn't stay home. When I was staying at home, it was easy to sit on my porch, which I was doing, and just watch Facebook posts after YouTube posts after Facebook posts of everything that was wrong with the world, the riots, the protests, the illnesses, the numbers that keep stacking. They keep stacking these numbers on you. And so in some ways you're in this bubble, especially in this truck, right? You're in this bubble, but then you go to buy a cup of coffee at Pilot and they won't let you go in without a mask. And so it's very real at that moment. And what are you going to do? You know? You're being told to do something extra, to do something that you do on every day. I get a cup of coffee every day from the truck stop, or almost every day. I made my own this morning because I spent the night with the customer here. But That's why people think that freedoms are being infringed on, because basic things have been taken from us, right? And when 9/11 happened, check this out. So when 9/11 happened, what they do, they ground all planes. It was really weird to look up in the sky and know that you're never going to see a plane for the day, right? People were stranded at airports, but they understood, right? They understood this is a major event. Trust no one. And 9/11 completely changed the landscape of travel across the entire world. Now, before then, no, check this out though. Before then, we had hijackings all the time. We had plane bombings all the time. You know, why did we attack Libya? Because, you know, Libya was responsible for the bombing of the 747 that there in Scotland crashed, right? You know, and then there's the Iranian hostage crisis that we had. I remember as a kid growing up watching that. And it was almost like in the news all the time, these planes being hijacked, right? And so getting searched, you know, and going through TSA checkpoints and all that, you know, you're willing to do that because, you know, this is a major event. You know, I got stranded in the airport. I fully understand. Well, the mask thing is different. This is different because people don't believe that this is real. People don't believe because of media. Now, I'm not here to tell you whether it's real or not. I know people that really died. I know people that are really sick. However, the biggest danger, and I've said this before, is the fact that we don't know what the truth is. We don't know what's up, what's down. All you know is what's around you. There's a Schneider IC, a guy that used to be a Schneider IC, that he and I used to talk quite a bit, and we would give each other tips when we were at Schneider, you know, and this guy was a hard worker. He was a good family man. I just found out this morning that he killed himself on July 7th. PTSD. He was a veteran. And I hadn't talked to him since he left Schneider. You know, he left Schneider, I think, back in October, November of last year. And he left. He did okay at Schneider. He was doing pretty good. He was close to getting his truck paid, but the negative energy that he faced on the road, he couldn't deal with, right? So he just got out. And I understood. You know, he was looking to expand some business. He was working on a 3D printing thing. He was working on woodworking. He was driving locally, I believe, there in Kabul, Missouri. And he said he had to get off the road because it was just too negative for him. And the stories he told me, it was understandable. Obviously, it was something deeper than that. That's the true biggest danger about the times that we live in right now. Now, there are other countries that deal with war and deal with just regular street violence on a regular basis. There are areas of our country that, like Chicago. You know, there was another article on Transportation Network where a guy was shot. His truck was on the shoulder. There were 57 and 80 me. He was shot. He was dead. Nobody knows how and why or what, you know. And the negative energy is through the roof. It's affected everybody. I don't care who you are. It's affected you, whether you believe it or not. Just spent the most divisive time I've ever seen, politically, socially, and economically. And Jesse's been around the planet for a while. That says a lot. Let's go with some comments here. Keep moving. Key to survival in life and trucking. Absolutely. Good morning, Denise. Walmart's requiring a mask in places I've been going to in the Midwest here. So it's been kind of normal. Now, Walmart's had the sign saying you need a mask to go in, but they haven't been enforcing it. I think now they're starting to, stores are in local enforcement is starting to enforce the mask thing. I woke up this morning to the news all over this corona coming back big time in the fall, so I would stay out and grab everything you can. I think we'll beat this first late in November. I agree with you, Dennis, and I think that's why rates and volume is so good right now. You know, the fact that I'm seeing Halloween candy in July, you know, it's kind of telling. Just telling me I have a medical condition. I haven't put one on yet. Won't do it. Tensions are high in society. The fear-mongering is working people over. Unplug the TV and the internet. Well, see, that's the thing, Cascade, is that yeah, you can unplug everything, right? You can unplug everything. Which, don't unplug my video yet. Don't unplug me yet. But it's just like there's a picture or a story about this old lady that literally went to the grocery store, had no idea what was going on because she doesn't watch TV. She just sits in her house and reads books, right? And had no idea that there was a shortage of everything at that time. And somebody had to kind of step in and help her out. So the negative energy affects you whether you're unplugged or not. You know, and you have to, I think survival says that we have to be informed, right? You have to see the storm coming. But the fine line is whether you want to dive into these rabbit holes and let it affect you more than it should versus just being informed and aware. I refuse to scan and get paid down. I talk 30 to the agent while he does it. It's a virus that no one's seen before, so nobody knows nothing. I had it. My daughter's had it, and the wife and I had it. It's the worst, and no doctor could help me. It's real and scary. I know, Jose, but the media has distorted that to the point that if you aren't affected directly, people don't believe it's real. And because they don't know anything about it, they don't know what prevents it. They don't, you know, so that they're trying this heavy-handed approach that is literally just dividing the country. Big Houston, good morning. Nothing witty's in the house. Informed, not overwhelmed. Yeah, that's the trick, right? Where do you get virgin wool? Ugly sheep. Mobile coach got jokes. So yeah, it's Robert Daniel. What's up? So I recently know of a YouTuber that has given up YouTube because of the negative energy that it was bringing into his life. And I don't blame him one bit. And so I want to do what I can to put out positive energy. You know, I'm not going to be all bubbly like, oh, everything's fine. I'm not going to be that. But I'm also not going to try to dwell in the darkness because eventually that eats you up. Eventually, Reese's candy needs that refrigeration. Let's see if I can. It's such a beautiful day, and I want to run the APU, and I don't want to run the truck. You know, the reefer, that guy can't help that, but it's I want to do what I can to add to the positive energy. You know, try to inform and not dwell. You know. Daycap Slim, what's up? No temp check when I flew out of LA Sunday, but they did a temp check when I got the haircut. Yeah, we're having to do temp checks going to Walmart DCs. That's a given. Now, one Walmart DC that I went to, they checked your temperature and they said you got to wear a mask when you go in the traffic office. Do you have one? I'm like, yeah, well, we can give you one if you want. Well, I'd rather do that because, you know, I don't know. These truck stops that are charging $50 for these small boxes of masks is ridiculous. You know, hey, we're concerned about your health as long as we could profit off of it, right? So I went to a shipper yesterday where the Raycon said that they don't want you wearing your own mask. They will supply you with a mask. I'm like, well, that's a good way to control things, right? That's a good way to sit there and go, you know what? We don't trust you to be clean and to be right, so we're going to give you a mask. We're going to take that expense on to make sure that we control the situation. Yep, take the free ones. Absolutely, Cascade. Absolutely. So, absolutely. What else you guys want to talk about? We can talk about living the dream of this trucking thing. We can talk about whatever you want because we're having our coffee. I hope you're having a good cup of coffee. Who here is drinking their cup of coffee? Now, Pale Rider had mentioned he walked into a truck stop and then had to turn around and go back and get his mask. Because now these truck stops are starting to enforce or require. Where before they're like, hey, you should really wear a mask if you're inside, but we're not going to turn down your money. Now they're like actually turning down your money unless you're wearing a mask, which that's a progression that I'm keeping my eye on for sure. You keep your mask in your wallet now? What's in your wallet? The free ones are coated in the virus. Oh, they're unloading me, so that's good. This load was weird. Now, I picked up in Lima, Ohio. So you guys you Schneider probably know where I was at. They have their own scale. And now I've got the right way system on the truck. So the awesome thing about right way on having a truck and trailer, that's the beauty of owning your own trailer, by the way. You know, take that, you dropping hook suckers. Balance the load immediately before I even got on the scale. So I thought it was strange. I had to have tandems all the way forward to get everything at 33 and 33. Looked at the bills, it was 45.6, which was strange because when I got on the scale there at the facility, I got it balanced perfectly, but the tandems were all the way forward. So this thing rode like crap. You know, and we all love how awesome the Indiana roads are, right? So I'm in Missouri, by the way, and I wanted to double check, so I went to the cat scale when I got fuel to see exactly how much fuel I wanted to get, and not trusting the facility scales. It was like literally 20 pounds off. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So if you guys are using the scale there in Lima, Ohio, just know that they're accurate. I wasted 12 bucks. But when you're 45.6, regardless if you got the right way or not, you should probably scale. Take no chances. I am local, so I run in and out of facilities and put my mask on 10 times a day. Yeah, I took 70, and amazingly enough, I only slowed down once. The last 2 times I've been up and down 70 last couple of weeks, I've had to go down 40 because some idiot, like, I'm gonna do something stupid. So last week I was in the 1-lane zone and we were stopped for like 30 minutes. And of course I'm right behind the truck, so I can't. All of a sudden we go, and the truck in front of me, I know it sounds redundant, but bear with me here. I don't know, I wonder if he took his 30-minute break, because there was literally no traffic for over 1.5 miles to 2 miles in front of that truck. And I don't know if he had a breakdown or what, but it was very annoying. But we still got this. This was kind of a tight load. I got to this customer about 15 minutes to spare on my 14. But yeah, 70 through between Columbus and Indianapolis is kind of a mess right now. So, Big Houston's drinking coffee. Don is drinking coffee. So we got a pretty easy day today. I got a shorty, and I say that in quotes because I'm literally deadheading 200 miles to get to it. It's one of those daily rate things. Thomas Wilson, good morning, sir. How are you? Are you drinking coffee, Mr. Wilson? I saw that you were near me the other day, but you were going north and I was going south. So, but try not to dwell on the negative energy, guys. I know it's hard. It's hard being positive in times like this. You know, trust me, I know. I mean, you're talking to a guy that's, well, bought some extra protection tools, more tools in the last 6 months than he has in the last, 40 years. I just started working out on a stationary bike and leaned the phone against the little Elvis Presley grandson killed himself, 27. Wow, I didn't know that. Allstate and Badger apps both started checking for a trip. Really? That's noisy, isn't it? Just bought a microwave, air fryer, and convection oven combo, and I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, at home, Thomas? Certainly you don't need all that for the truck. Guys, I've been, okay, so let's talk keto diet stuff, right? Here lately, I've been buying these 1-pound hamburger blocks, right? And then I'll cook some broccoli or some cauliflower with it, or, as a side. And I'll do everything in my power not to eat the whole block, right? And I'm like, I really can't be doing that. So I found frozen burger patties, and now here's what I do. I take 2 patties, put them in the Hot Logic mini, and I put broccoli over it, and after 4 hours, it's perfect. Perfect. For the truck, Thomas, what are you doing in there? You're trying to equip that truck like your RV, dude. You need one of them truck and review channel style sleepers. That's what you need, Thomas. Full freight. So I imagine those are probably limited on weight. Like you probably can't get a load that's over 30,000 pounds. And I know when I first started in the stock market, I would create a search for any loads that were under 30,000 pounds, and those were hard to come by sometimes, so, depending on what area, especially in the South, depending on all the paper mills. Add a few eggs for that for good fat nutrients. That's a good idea. I wonder if I could put a raw egg in there and it'll all cook together. I wonder if that would happen. Or just put a couple of boiled eggs in there and it'll be nice and warm. Happiness is a warm boiled egg, not a cold boiled egg. Especially not this crap they sell in the stores. Don't curse Thomas like that, LOL. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Coach is wrong. Kroger's just giving customers change back. There are a lot of places, I don't know about Kroger's, but there are a lot of places that they want you to use exact change or donate your extra change, or they want you to use credit or debit. Which I know guys that will do everything on a credit card or debit card, even if it's as small as a cup of coffee, just to kind of keep expenses at bay and not to carry cash. With you, Levi Coach, I agree. So, all right, well, let's see, we're at 38 minutes. I've got nothing else to talk about. I just wanted to kind of mention about how Halloween freight is shipping now, so that means Christmas freight will start shipping in August. So look for rates and volumes to be pretty good for a while, because I think they're preparing for the worst. So everybody's getting as much money as they can. Air fryers are dangerous. My wife had one at home, started smoking. How are you, Spicy? Think about buying those auto air inflate systems for the trailer. Anybody know what those cost to install? Oh, I'm taking donations for a new seat. I need a new seat. Pile it up now and get your affairs in order before November. Is that the lesson today? Pretty much. You know, it seems like every year Christmas freight gets shipped earlier and earlier and earlier. Walmart's got this little trick where they'll hire Schneider to pick up the stuff and then to store it on the OCs and the trailers. And then the day cab guys for it is relays in November when they need it. It saves on shipping because to ship a product in October is a lot cheaper than trying to ship a product in November. I don't know why I don't know what they cost, but I have them. I love them. It saved me a few times with the low tire. Tell your wife you get the air fryer in a nicotine patch. Checking in, says Rick LP. Vander Haig has the seat very reasonable, Steve. Well, you have to send me a link to that. So, anyways, I think they're pretty close to getting me unloaded. They make you detach from the trailer now, this particular customer. They didn't before. They're trying to be like Walmart. I will not mention where I'm at, but you can probably guess if you know me. You keep that guess to yourself. Doing great. I'm about to go to bed soon. My shift is over. Oh, to bed soon. My shift's over. Hope you enjoy your day. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you had a good night. A comment for that, but I forgot. Little Viking Coach, I know that Nothing is a big fan of your channel. And so am I. You haven't done anything lately, so what's up with that? What's up with that, LBC? You haven't done anything. What are you going to make? What are you going to parody next? We need a good parody. We need some positive energy out there. You need to parody something. Something that's going to inspire the next red chicken video, but I will keep it under wraps. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. Get to work last. I think it's going to be like a firework. It's going to flare up and then go boom. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.